running these Defenders on the farm for a couple of years now. This is the Defender Pro. Great machine, but there's been some really nice improvements. Windshield and soft doors and back window. Those three things have made this winter so far amazing. This is Dad's pretty much. He drives it everywhere. And I'll tell you what, it can be -10 Fahrenheit outside, the wind blowing. And with that, like that, even no heater in there, just got a coat on and some gloves. It's pretty comfortable inside. So we're gonna do some more things though, because we've been wanting to push some snow. And the skid steer does a great job, but it's a bucket, so it likes to dig. So if you don't have it just right, you'll start running gravel in your bucket, and then you just dump piles of gravel everywhere, and you see it in the spring when the snow melts. And the front end loader's a little overkill unless you're getting like 4 feet of snow, which we are getting, I hope, in a month. But for now, there's snow coming in 2 days, and this would be a great opportunity to finish equipping this bad boy with, obviously, the push kit. And then I'm gonna put some mirror kits on it too, so we can eventually get this thing street legal, so it can go to town, because we're only a couple miles from town, and you never know when you need to make a quick trip to the parts store. A nice light bar is gonna go on it, and some fender flares. So let's get to work. Let's put these on this thing, and let's make it work. First up, snow blade. Let's install. I ran into a bit of a snag putting this plow on the front of this Defender. The push frame was cracked. That all went on real easy, simple. Like literally took like 5 minutes. The blade on the other hand is the wrong one. We got that like 2 years ago, and we got the Can-Ams, and somehow we got the wrong one. But since it's here and it's not going back, I just quickly rigged up an adapter, fabbed up to my amazing perfection. No paint yet, but I probably will patent it soon. And I think, when I put the springs on it, I think it'll work. So, why not? Sometime here I might get the right one. For now, let's just see if we can make this blade work, because there's snow on the ground out there, and I really want to take advantage of this thing. Oh boy. There we go. There's one. There we go. Oh yeah, that'll work. That ought to be fine. Okay. All right. Now, I've actually never moved snow with a plow before. We've always just used buckets. Graders, buckets, skid steers, front end loaders. So there is these, I don't know what they're called, but it's like a stop or a guide. So that way when you set it down, it can kind of ride on that and not just destroy your blade. So I got to set that. So let's drop it down with the winch. Let's take a look here. Yeah, you can see there's a good sized gap there. Those are just starting to hit, so we're really close. But let me grab the tools. We'll tighten those up. Now that that's on, let's put a rearview mirror in it, because you never know what's behind you when you're backing up. I think it goes right here. Let's give her a shot and see what happens. Yeah, that's where she goes. Just threads on, I think. Yep. Beautiful. Let's put some fenders on it. Ooh, it's been a while since I put a light bar on something. Well, think it'll fit. Let's see if we can install it. Be nice to put a light bar on this. We do use this thing in the night quite a bit, so let's do it. One thing, pushing snow with the side-by-side is a lot faster than pushing the skid steer. I just can't see what I'm doing as well. But it's working. Just gotta use that whole winch button thing. I'm not used to that. Are you coming for a ride? You look like you're ready for winter.
That's because it's winter here.
Oh, it is. It grew. A snow pusher? Let's call it a snow pusher. You can call it a blade, a plow, a snow pusher. What else do you want to call it?
I want to call it a snow pusher.
The snow pusher. Let's just use the snow pusher, okay? There we go. Push that snow, huh?
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Very dump snow.
What are we doing?
We're pushing snow.
Why are we pushing snow?
Because it's too cold outside and we need to make path.
Is the snow in the way?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Huh? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We got a hitchhiker. We got a hitchhiker. Here we go. Oh, hold the thumb up. That means you want on, right? All right. We ready to do this? Here we go. All right, all jokes aside, time to drive a real machine. Only reason I don't use this thing to pull them with is four-wheeler, you can hear them a little easier. They're yelling, Uncle Nick, please stop. This thing's a little bit more soundproof with doors and a little less visibility. See, when I grew up doing that kind of stuff, I was probably more of a teenager. I mean, we grew up on a big red 350 Honda, and that thing was a beast. It was also extremely dangerous, but we survived. And we'd pull a sled with that, and I remember getting that thing stuck in snow drifts and spending hours trying to dig it out. But then we upgraded to four-wheelers and eventually came up with the idea of car hoods, and then car hoods evolved into couches on car hoods, and that's what we have today, as you can see. So keeping the tradition alive and well with the young ones. Back in the shop. It's actually been a few days since we were at this. I had to stop because I was missing a switch. Found the switch for the wiring harness for the light bar, so let's get that installed. It's also negative 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside today. It is nasty. Barely got that thing started. So now we're back in the shop. As you can see, there's some snow on the windshield. It's been doing some work with the blade. That's good, but I wouldn't mind having a light bar running. So let's wire in real quick, get back out, and get done with this. Oh boy. She's froze. There we go. There's some wiring activity we got there, so I can use some of that. So I've got a test light here. I'm just going to poke around under here and see if I can find a good 12-volt power source, as well as the accessory off your key, because this system has a relay in it, like most of these do. So when you turn the ignition key on, it energizes this relay right here, which then sends power to the switch, which then lets you turn on the light bar. That way you can't turn on the light bar with the side-by-side off. So if you turn the key off, the light bar should turn off too, because the relay will then not have power, which will then disconnect and stop power flowing to the light bar. Make sense? Okay, good ground right here looks like. Just judging by the looks of that, this looks like power. Yep. And the ignition is off, so this is power always on here. So I could connect to this right now and wire it into the switch, just turns on and off. But like I said, we want to find the accessory. So let's see if we can find that. Now, what are these four wires here? They were tied in. Let me turn the key on. Let's see what happens when I poke it in there. Accessory is on. Do we have power? No. No. Negative. Nada. Yeah, okay, that's not that. So I got this little needle here. It's made for a voltmeter to be able to poke into wires, but I'm going to use it to slide alongside the wires in these connectors and just see if I can find power. So let's push it in like right there. Okay, yeah, it's lighting up. So that's got power, but I don't have the key on. Try this one. Power, so I don't want those. I want to find one there's no power. Okay, there's nothing there. Right here. Nothing there. Okay, let's try the key on with those two. All right, the ignition is on. Testing. Oh, there we go. Look at that. See? So this one turns on when the ignition key's on. I don't know what that runs. I don't have a wiring diagram for this unit. But what I do know is I could splice into that wire right there, and that would power enough to fire that relay to tell the light bar switch you can turn on. Let's do it. So they don't make it very easy getting between the firewall from the front of all this to underneath the dash. And taking that all apart doesn't look very simple either. And drilling the hole's not super easy either. It just isn't lined up. But they do have these 4 wires here, and I found that they're underneath the dash. So they actually left basically some auxiliary wires here. So if you do add something in the future, it gives you a connection between under the dash and the front of the side-by-side. The problem is my light bar wiring kit doesn't plug into these connectors. So I got to splice some of these ends. I'm just going to attach like the red and the white to the power here, and I don't know, just to say the brown and the white to the ground there, and then go on the underside. Oh yeah, and then the accessory, take one of these and hook into the accessory here, and then use the 3 wires under the dash, then hook into my wiring harness, which is right here for the light bar. Alright, there's the wire I need to splice into. Can I do that? Oh, it's just a fuse. Oh, look at that. Even look at that. Huh. Those are just fuse holders. I don't like these splice crimps, but this might be a great fit for it, so let's just do it anyways. And this one in here like that. Like right there. There we go. Easy peasy. I just don't like these because they're not very weather tight. That's the problem with them. So corrosion can get in there, but I think it'll work. All right, I think I'm done under here. All right, I'll just splice into these wires under here, and then I gotta fish the cable up through the frame of the side-by-side. There's some openings here I think they've got for you able to do that. Get her plugged in the light bar, and let's see if it works. So, right now. All right. It's all soldered together. Let's see the switch through here. Okay. Okay, it lights up when the key's on, and it turns off when the key's off. That's what I want. All right, now to run some cable up to the light bar. So I went ahead and drilled a hole in the top of the dash here on the very corner because I was able to reach up underneath the dash, get my finger to the very top. I was like, that's a perfect place. And then I drilled a hole in the frame here, and I ran a wire down it from the hole up there, and I hooked onto the cord here. I am pulling it up, slowly trying to fish it up, this thing. I'm gonna get it up to the top, I'm gonna pull it out. And I think we're gonna be really close to having this thing working. Oh boy, I'm already there. Okay, I gotta figure out how to fish that through. There. Oh yeah. Got it. Yes. We're through. Perfect. Okay. Awesome sauce. Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah. Zip tie this up a little bit. Let's take slack out of that. Okay, moment of truth. Ignition on. Lights up as you can see. And bam. I don't know yet if the angle's right. It's got it tipped slightly to the ground, so I think it's probably right, but we'll know more when we get it in the dark to go play like we do, chasing jackrabbits and coyotes with the blade. That's be fun. All right, there. Okay, the Defender Pro is that much better. So I just gotta get the right fender flares for it because I have the right ones to the front, the back ones didn't match up, so I gotta get those. I'll put those on the Defender Max that we have. And then, yeah, sound system and air ride suspension. We're good. Hey, who's that? Did you guys build that thing?
Yeah.
Why is he leaning?
Because it's hot.
Oh, it doesn't look so good. Maybe maybe you guys should get some ice cubes and rub it on them. Is that better? No? Levi? What do you think?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, just let them.
He will still
Wayne.
fall if we rub ice.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if you think so. You guys are the experts. Come on in, everybody. Here, I'll slam it. Ready? Clear?
Dad, I think Mom forgot her spoon.
Oh, no. Oh, that's my favorite spoon, too. Yeah, let's give it to her. All right, that'll be 1 spoon, please.
Yeah.
One spoon. Oh, thank you. All right. See you guys. Okay, come again. We'll miss you guys. Don't think about me too much. Well, that's not supposed to be on the ground. I think we forgot to put a bolt or 2 in that bin. Probably thought we'd get back to it and never did it. There's about 15 bushel on the ground. Really what we're doing is feeding the wildlife. We care about the antelope out here in this cold, harsh Arctic. So it's good to sometimes let some of your clean seed go on the ground and keep the animals happy. I think what happened is we couldn't get a bolt to go through here. We thought, oh, we don't have the right drill bit and tools to punch a new hole and drill it tight, and we didn't come back and do it. So I got the tools. Let's see if we can do it. Right there. Where's that hole at? Where is it? I can't see where it's at. All right, well, let's punch a hole. That one too. Better. All right, my hands are froze. Couldn't do it with gloves on, but it is cold. And I'm sorry, antelope and deer, but that's all you get. Funny thing is, I actually silicone the inside of those, but I guess I didn't put enough because there was still a gap. That or the pressure pushed it out and started leaking. But all right, at least we got that fixed. Still haven't bought any fertilizer yet, so nothing in those. Fertilizers, it's down from the high of last year, but it's double what it was 2 years ago. So it's still a terrible price, but it's better than it was at the high that it was. So do you buy? Probably should. I have to make a decision on that. Blocking some in so we can grow some crop, because it's gonna rain and we're gonna need some nitrogen, right? That's what I'm talking about. Hey, would you look at that? Another Defender. Oh, this one's the Max. And I've got some goodies to put on it too. Let's go. All right, hard top is on. I put weather stripping in the front and the middle. Didn't seem to have enough for the sides, but I'm not too worried about that since I don't think this one's ever gonna have doors on it. So not a big deal, but that's gonna sure be nice keeping the sun off our heads, because some of us are losing hair. Sometimes we forget our hats when they blow off. good hour later, and yeah, right there. Okay, one more thing to do, and then this Defender's done, and then we're done. Can't hold anything in my hand. Fender flares. Put them on. Nice. And now for the bumper. See, I said there was just one more thing to do to it. Boom. Bumper. Who are all you guys? How'd you get in here? All right, where we going? Okay. Guys, what happened to his face?
It fell off.
Oh, his nose is on the ground. Why is he leaning?
Because he's melting.
Oh, do you lean when you melt?
I don't melt.
Do you guys melt?
No.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching. It's an icy mess here, so I'm gonna go back inside. God bless. Talk to you soon. Later.